Gonna make you shout. You know what I'm talking about.
YouTube Live, Moon Club Podcast number 217. Starting the YouTube version early. The main podcast will start in about 15 minutes. Peace out. I'm
You
MJ
better
Allen.
check yourself or you'll wreck yourself. Because it comes real stuff and it's bad for your health.
You guys been watching any of the Saturday Night Live?
I did not get into Saturday Night. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
didn't because I can't get it.
I haven't watched it since we watched it. Every Saturday back when we was kids.
Maya Rudolph is killing it as Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
Like,
she looks just like her.
it sounds just like her, looks just like her. It's eerie.
Yeah,
Sounds just like her, looks just like her.
it's eerie.
That's eerie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the way she says Joe Biden, she says Joe Biden. I don't know. There's something about it, man. It just cracks me.
We'll sweat some of it.
But that is actually the way Kamala Harris is, though.
Oh, okay.
I mean, man, I personally, I don't care. I don't have a horse in the race, but I do think he picked the wrong person to run with.
We had to pick a woman, and a black woman was even better.
Yeah.
Did you fart, or was that me?
That's probably it. Or your mustache,
My flavor saver?
If you have to ask,
right? You better check it. Inspect the jacket. Unemployment at a record high. You ever think about that? I mean, how close was Run DMC? If they could put that song out right now, it's like that, and that's the way it is, and it'd be so relevant, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Austin, are you seriously doing that?
What?
Is that like a problem? Or?
No, it's not me.
That's nasty.
You're not just going to continually do
That's
that.
nasty.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? I was one short gerbil last night. One gerbil short.
I did see this,
That's decomposition.
This prank.
That
I did see this prank that people was doing for people that was snatching boxes, and they was actually incorporated Colin McCulkin.
That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. And what they do is, I mean, it's so elaborate. Of course, you know, they're doing it on YouTube and videos and whatever. They got 4 different phones in this package, so they got cameras every direction, and they got the finest glitter that they could possibly get. So, like, as soon as the person opens the package, this glitter bomb goes off, and then they got like this
Oh, about people that steal the
like
packages?
fart smell. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're recording it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
It's
got
got
like
4
a
phones
police
inside the
sound
package.
underneath it
Awesome.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's got 4 phones inside the package, and when they open it up, the glitter shoots everywhere, and it starts spraying the fart spray. And
But the best thing about it was like, okay, these guys came up with the idea of watching Home Alone. So then they put out, hey, we came up with this idea watching Home Alone. Then Colin McCulkin reached out to them, and so then he got involved with it, and he was doing it with them. And so it would do something like, what was it? What was that saying? You filthy animals.
keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, that's and so
This
it
is,
would say that.
Feet wide and several feet deep.
This
The
is our
images
guy.
are
I haven't seen this.
startling
I just
and
noticed
appear
it was
for
the
passing
same guy that
drivers
did the,
very real.
We were just driving
The one
down
we
the
watched
train,
last
and
week.
the next thing you know, we just missed this giant sinkhole. It's amazing that we didn't fall in.
Pastor Barry Randolph and his niece
How
narrowly
could we not
missing
see
the
that?
huge hole as they drove down Shane near Medbury. At the time, the sinkhole wasn't marked, alerting them and other drivers to the danger.
How about perhaps a gateway at the other side had finally crinkled and cracked, opening up a future passageway in the middle of Chain Street to Beelzebub's bungalow many, many miles down. As I stared into
Is
the
Dick
darkened
Ball this
void,
one?
imagining the hordes of devils soon to spring forth, I couldn't help but ponder. How deep does that hole go?
I've often wondered that.
Yeah.
Neighbors say crews were out here last
More than
Friday
4
to patch
inches.
the roadway.
That's to be
Then
for
this
sure.
happened sometime today.
You can also see all that water gushing out of there, and I don't know how deep it is, but somebody could have been seriously hurt.
Within an
Someone
hour
could've been
of
seriously
alerting
killed.
Detroit Water and Sewage Department to the caving roadway, crews arrived to begin repairs.
For on this hallowed day, sweet, sweet Mama Earth opened up her gaping and gaseous orifice to finally allow the darkness
Gaping
one to
and
claw its way
gaseous.
out of the shadow zone and into her luminescent heaviside lair. Like Kruger into the Thompson's tub, and my consciousness is Nancy's open thighs. I can only hope my vexed savior sins, and that my servitude to the one true maestro of mayhem can finally be proclaimed. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me.
Pastor Barry, a man of God, believes it's a miracle he and others didn't get hurt.
God is good. I can't believe that either. And I mean, we just missed it. That was truly
That's
scary.
real, right?
Through the holographic plane of existence that flickers and fades, like an elf rerun watched at 3 o'clock in the morning, whilst your sleeping stepdad slumbers and snores. I now see this world as evanescent, as I lock eyes with the legion of the underworld, who will stand shoulder to shoulder with me, and see me as more than Mark who works at Arby's. See me as the true soldier of Samhain that I really am, and together we will chant into the bright and fray. Stepdads be damned, and naysayers be gone, for I am the Prince of Purgatoria. I am the infernal firstborn son of Lucifer. I am Gordon Shumway the Rogue, last son of Melmac, and the luckies of this world didn't even stand a chance.
He's
got
very
one trick
creative.
pony. Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
good.
well, and he actually incorporated Mark of Arby's in there.
Yeah, he works at Arby's.
Yeah. So I mean, makes you wonder if the first thing was real, and then this.
He
is
works
just
at
a
Arby's
thing,
with
you know?
Nick Ball,
Okay.
Loretta.
The black Nick ball.
Yeah.
The black ball.
Dude.
Mark of my foot is killing me.
That looks just like Nick Ball, though.
Neighbors and businesses here in the last year, so she went online, got a glitter bomb, hoping that this trail would lead to the culprit. It's been a frustrating year for Melissa Peralta. This business owner and mother has had 10 packages stolen from the lobby of her Scituate apartment.
Mostly Amazon stuff. I mean, little things I order online. I used to have things for my business shipped here, but and so that was frustrating when those would get stolen.
Melissa started asking around and found
Looks like
out that her
Bam Jacob
neighbors
Peters,
and the
didn't it?
businesses that share the building
Did you
have
see
had
that?
dozens of boxes swiped during that same time.
High ticket items, low ticket items, they'll pretty much grab it all, it sounds like.
Hoping to put a stop to this box bandit, Melissa went online and purchased a glitter bomb. She also paid for triple glitter and express shipping and placed the trap in the lobby Wednesday. The package ended up being too tempting and was opened, leaving a trail of glitter up to the second floor.
It leads straight to the ladies' room here, which is meant for the businesses, but obviously some of the first floors send their clients up here, I'm sure.
Melissa says police did come to the scene to investigate, but that nobody has been arrested. She's hoping the crook learned their lesson, but if they didn't, Melissa is all...
Why not just a camera?
Has also had some packages stolen, so she has to leave it on her porch for a few days too.
You so dumb.
No, he's coming to get the package.
Get your package. Get your package. You know, it doesn't go off until they open it. Not to mention they gotta get rid of that phone because it's got GPS on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they come back and get the back.
Come on, bro.
Right? He can't
No,
believe
you
it.
come on.
Man, I just stole this.
I stole this fair and square.
Now
But they
I gotta
should
go
put,
explain to my lady why there's glitter in the car. I wasn't in no strip club.
Dude, they should put anthrax in that shit.
Oh man.
No, that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, I mean disease, spreading that disease.
Boom, 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 boom. Ah! Boom, 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 boom. Ah! Remember that song?
Yeah, I don't remember.
X is for anthrax. Still rock bells.
Now we're anthrax and we take no shit, but we don't care for writing it.
Nobody leaves the podcast early this week.
All right.
What if I gotta preheat the oven?
Then preheat it and get back in on the podcast.
You heard that?
We gotta bring it for a straight 60 minutes.
Oh snap! This is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not in a relationship. Well, no, that's one of the reasons why.
That and because you're ugly.
Well, that too. Thank God for masks. There comes the time.
Did you see this mystery object flying over the Great Pyramid of Giza?
I did see that. It looked like a giant penis.
It looked like a giant.
Did you hear that we're supposed to be landing on the asteroid and taking
Yes,
some?
yes,
parts of it?
that's a story I shared with MJ, and he hasn't commented on it yet.
What a dude!
I shared it with our group. Did you get it?
No, I knew it prior to that.
And that's tonight, right? We're landing on it tonight.
Yeah,
I think so. Within the next 24 hours. Are we YouTube live?
We are.
Are you watching it?
No, not anymore. Uh-oh.
Okay, nobody said anything.
By the way.
Oh,
I gotta take this one.
Lucy. Lucy.
Oh, yeah.
Em. Yo. We're landing on an asteroid. NASA's landing on an asteroid
Oh!
in the
Ow!
next 24 hours.
Oh my God!
Have you got that story?
Yeah. Hopefully we get some conflict minerals out of it.
Yeah, you got that right.
Conflict diamonds.
No, what we're actually looking for is, what is it, element 115?
216.
No, I think it's 115.
2112.
No, I think it's 115.
I don't think 115 is stable. I think it was 116.
But I think we're looking for the stable version.
Yeah. Apparently there's an asteroid out there that's like 3/4 diamond.
Why are
and
you
it's-
wearing a Jason's Jelly shirt?
It's long sleeve.
Do you see this one?
Yeah, it's Remax Rising.
Yeah, I just got my apparel order. I got this and 2 other long sleeve stuff.
What do you call it? Peril?
Apparel? Yeah.
Apparel.
Yeah, we put an apparel order in every few months.
You know why Lord of the Rings is such a good movie?
It's not.
Or how about Star Wars?
It is.
Constant peril. You know what I'm saying?
No. You know what? You've got to quit saying you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Enough said?
Enough said?
That's it.
Enough said?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a crutch.
Lick it a lick it?
It's like a filler word.
Let me know when it's 6 o'clock, Duke.
It's like when you say 2 in the butthole.
One in the snake.
We got about
You got like 30
15
seconds.
seconds.
30. 15, I'm at.
Yeah, that's right. You know how to tell the time on a beach? A nude beach, I should say.
Sundown?
Sundown. By the direction of the erection.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time.
I assume you guys are going to let me know.
Oh, I thought we did.
Sooner or later, gotta put you down. Sooner or later,
I thought you went. I thought you were gone.
Sooner or later, gotta put you down. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. Go and tell that home-tongue liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. My goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. do. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet. I thought I heard the shuffle of angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, Jay, go and do my will. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the wrangler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna put him down. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. You may throw your rock and hide your hand. Working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Don't tell that long-tongued liar. Don't tell that midnight rider. Tell the wrangler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna cut you down. Tell him the God's gonna put you down. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
What's up, Jay?
Yo, you can never trust this, it's just too much substance. I broke through the chains hit away with the cuff rings. You can make a scene, but to me, it's nothing. You never match what a breakthrough in fashion. I'll resist the fabric and bring it back surely. See you on the shore, you repping the wrong jersey. Nah, I mean, they on the wrong team.
Hey, Billy
The
Sue.
chase is screaming out cream. Lord deliver us, you know I ain't giving up. They just wanna live it up on scratch offs and 50 bucks. Guys do the city love, they gotta keep it 100. Run it, clean how I done it, did it. I operate like City Hall, gotta put my city on. Didn't fit the first time, but I've been growing into it. And I'm getting guinea gone, as much to say I pity y'all. I'm too busy nodding, rather not respond to kitty calls. You get your cookie on, watch what you slipping on. Don't know what you sipping on, dog, what you walking about. But rather be penniless, making plenty sense. You living in a glass house, high rent, solo. I do it on my own, no YOLO. I never get cut, Kodo for sure though. Pardon me, my God, I'm calling on them all. Can't stall, I gotta tell them all. You can run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta put you down. 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 Don't tell that long-tongued liar. Don't tell that midnight rider. Tell the rebel, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the God's gonna cut.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Washington's apartment and worldwide on Facebook and YouTube, this is the Moon Club Podcast with AJ, MJ, and SJ. The Moon Club will talk about anything under the moon. No subject will ever be taboo. This episode of the Moon Club Podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Adelman, Bloomington, Normal Speaker Realtor from Jordan Home Selling to the Remax Rising. And I want to be your realtor, and I will out-hustle everybody all day, every day, and double up on Sunday to prove it.
I heard that.
Heard that.
Seen it.
What's the state of the moon, brother?
State of the moon is, it is currently Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. It is
Oh, bless
6:04
you, sir.
6:04 p.m. The moon came up at 11:47 a.m. and it will go down at 9:13 p.m. tonight. So it's probably right
It's
about
going
there.
down.
It is currently waxing crescent. It is 19% illuminated. It is 370 and 1,033 kilometers away from us. It is 4 days old and it is in the sign of Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarium. That's what I was trying to say. I think of what it was, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I waxed my crescent before I came over, so I'm feeling really good.
It's a pretty smooth tonight. It looks like a Papa-san chair.
Hello. Just chilling.
Maybe you won't be able to watch the whole podcast because she's got to go to Farrell. She's doing classes.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Girls body shaping?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Do they have spectators?
I don't know.
I'm
She
just
told me
saying.
that there's a rub and tuck place next to it that she sees CD guys going in and out of.
A rub and tuck?
Is there taters?
What, like an Asian massage parlor?
And yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
We need to find more. She is our fact checker. I would like facts, nothing
Oh,
but
that's right. I
facts.
saw her going in there the other day when I was at the rub and tuck.
I'll go in there tomorrow and find out what goes on in there, and I'll report back next week.
Okay, cool.
And I'll video.
Baby, how you feeling?
Oh yeah, feeling good.
All right, so Moon Club podcast number 217. Steve Trainer is here as per usual. We got some shit to talk about. Let's just get into it, as Philip DeFranco says. Weekly Jason Silva is finding your creative flow state, and this is a good one. I think we played it before, but it's worth looking at again.
That Jason Silva is good.
That boy's good. Got your hat? Looking you up. Wow, I'm the only person watching.
One of the most interesting phenomenons of human beings is our creativity, right? Our ability to transform the world, our ability to imagine new possibilities, our ability to probe the perimeters of possibility, remix the present, to see into the adjacent possible, which Stephen Johnson refers to as a shadow future that hovers over the present state of things, a map of all the ways in which the present can reinvent itself. Creativity is just connecting things, as Steve Jobs says. And people who go into this creative zone, virtuosos of the imagination, those ecstatic technicians of the sacred spaces of human virtuosity, athletes when they get in the zone, scientists when they have their eureka moments, musicians, artists when they enter these flow states, jazz musicians when they're improvising, Charlie Mingus as he rhapsodizes through a tumbling thicket of ideas with such a sharp and vital alacrity that it can take the breath away. These flow states are finally starting to be understood thanks to neuroscience. The part of the brain responsible for self-editing literally goes dim. So there is a kind of scrambling of the self. There's a scrambling of like the superego that's trying to like correct everything you do and censor and filter what is otherwise collective subconscious, active imagination, so to speak. And I think that these artists, these athletes, when they go into the flow state, you know, I'm sure that they've had their 10,000 hours of practice in whatever their skill is, but then they go into that flow state. Perfection is not just about control, it's also about letting go. They shut down their lateral prefrontal cortex and they enter the realm of the numinous, the realm of the imaginal, the realm where the dream becomes real. You know, that space, that headspace of flow is a place where dreams are born.
I like that one.
That is a good one. It's one of my favorite. When you think of flow state, I think we all think about the same man.
Michael
Game
Jordan?
6, yeah.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is like this state you get into in the brain, like when the prefrontal cortex shuts down. The prefrontal cortex is what's responsible for like short-term memory, but
Shut
also
your
like
mouth.
being in the now and
Right.
like in charge of like your movements and stuff.
Yeah.
But at some point, you know, you just shut that off, and you're kind of like what I would say playing by memory, right?
Right.
So like when you know, now that I'm starting to play the guitar a little bit, you can sit there and try to tell your fingers where to go, and you do it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just don't think
You have to
about
let
it,
go.
and your fingers just do it,
Yeah.
right?
It's like always when MJ was about 13 years old and his hand was always going like this.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck is going on with this dude? You know?
Yeah.
But
Well,
we figured it out.
how
You
was
would
it-
have known because his hand was on your dick.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I see what he did there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I'd have to give him that one.
But I will say that one thing that they refer to as far as the flow state, and I think Austin sent something in our group chat the other day about like monks, you know, once that they are meditating and once that they're thinking, that their mind actually slows down and like, or when you're in an accident or when your senses are heightened and you feel like everything is in slow motion. And that's the same thing that these athletes do. And what they say is like, for example, your brain normally would see at 160 frames a minute. Okay?
A second.
Well, a second. Well, I'm just speaking off the top of my mind.
That's
So
right.
then-
That's right.
So then, bam, if you're in that flow state, you can double that. So now it's 320. So
Or-
that's
yeah.
why things seem slower. That's why you can concentrate on that pitch coming right at you.
Yeah.
That's why you can, you know, bust somebody right in the nose because you got that timing. Michael Jordan, Game 6. I mean, there's so many things, but it is kind of like what we alluded to last week, is if you let your mind go and if you just concentrate, turn off your frontal cortex, you know, get into some other stuff and just think about it.
Yeah.
You know, slow it down.
And we don't really understand all the things that the brain can do, and I think that there is a lot more probably that the brain can do, and that's part of it. Just that the flow state, I think, is accessing, you know, a part of the brain that we don't normally use, especially for like repetitive motion and stuff like that. But if you think about Michael Jordan in the Game 6 when he was hitting, or in the game where he was hitting all those threes when he was supposed
When
to
he
be
just
sick,
went like this.
and they, you know, they interviewed him after the game. He said the rim just looked like it was that big, right? Like I couldn't miss, right? So
Yeah.
he was just in the zone.
And
You've been playing poker and you're folding pairs just so people don't figure out that you're getting your cards.
No.
Yeah, it's like I've had I'm getting like double tens,
That's
double
why
kings, ace
you're a
king.
horrible poker player.
No, you know what? I heard the story about a cop that somebody shot at him, and he could actually read the name on the bullet. That's how everything was slowed down that much.
Well, that would be nice. Hopefully, he'd be slow enough that he can get his butt out the way.
Right.
You know, kind of like in that movie with Angelina Jolie, Wanted or something like that. Was that where they curved the bullet?
Was it Wanted or Salt?
No.
Her name was Salt, right?
I don't remember. I don't think it was called Wanted or Salt. I can't come up with the name. But that was a decent movie. I don't know.
Where's our fact checker at? You know what I'm saying?
Well, our fact checker's probably getting ready to go.
That's
to
cool though.
class
She'd
for
go like this, and
gotta
she'd
go.
shoot, and she'd like shoot a bullet around the corner.
Yeah. And another thing, you know, we were talking about, you know, getting into the meditation and releasing your frontal cortex or you know, not using it. One thing that with society, everybody's in a hustle bustle. You know, if you got 3 kids, they got sports, they got, you know, band practice, they got dance, and all of them doing different things. You got to be in 3 different places at 3 different times. We live in where everything is so fast, and everybody is too afraid to just slow down and take a breath.
Right.
They feel like they don't even have time to.
We're also afraid to not do this all the time,
Yeah,
right? Like, if you, I think if you bring somebody
Hold on.
from 20 years ago and bring them to the right now,
What's
be like,
everybody doing?
why is everybody doing this?
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I don't know. But yeah, we are obsessed with our phones, and the phones and all these apps that we have on our phones. I just recently watched a documentary called The Social Dilemma. Like the way your phone dings, it's the same thing as a
Pavlovian response.
Training.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Like it's that dopamine dump like you get when you're gambling and you hit. It's like ding. Oh, what's that? Is that for me? Oh, look at that. I got that. Same thing. They're playing out the same responses, and all of these big, huge tech guys that wrote this code and planned this all out, they're like taking a step back in this documentary and saying, hey, what we're doing is bad for society right now. Like, you've got to step away from that.
The Social Dilemma, is that the Netflix series called Explained?
No, it's a documentary.
Okay.
It's a feature-length documentary. I have it. I can give it to you. if you want.
Feature-length?
Yeah. I think when we say feature-length, I
18
think we're
inches.
talking about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mandingo.
I might have used that term incorrectly. I don't know.
No, I was just, you know, I just
Yeah,
wanted
what
to
do you-
reason
Yeah,
to go like
feature-length,
this.
yeah.
You said feature?
Well, I'm saying it's a documentary that is
I got you. I
it's
got
like
you.
the same length as a regular movie. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least an hour and a half.
I don't know how long it is, but you should watch it for sure.
It's
Oh, I think I've
roughly
seen Social
127
Dilemma.
minutes.
127 minutes.
Roughly,
Yeah.
give or take. 100 or 27.
Yeah. 24/7. 369.
There you go.
Takashi 69.
There you go.
Who's up?
Takashi's back in.
Is he back in jail?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. Something about violating parole. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm staying in the loop. I didn't get the text. Hold on. Ding.
Could have been the YouTube video with all the guns.
It could have been.
Clickety clack clack clack.
Clickety.
So apparently tonight and tomorrow night will be the best nights to watch the Orionid meteor shower. I think I'm saying that right.
Orionid.
Aren't we trying to land on an asteroid or something too?
Yes, we've got that.
I
That's the
couldn't find
news
that
coming
story,
out.
That's freaking crazy right there.
So this is from CNN. The Orionid meteor shower will peak in the early morning hours of October 21st, sprinkling remnants of Halley's Comet in Earth's atmosphere to create a dazzling display. The moon's faint waxing crescent phase will allow for optimal viewing, and if you can't see the meteor shower on October 21st, on October 21, experts advise looking up during the early morning hours before and after Wednesday this week because it will still be visible. Expect up to 20 meteors per hour streaking across the sky during the peak. This meteor shower may be the most spectacular of the year, but it delights in other ways. The Orionids appear each year between October 2 and November 7th, according to the American Meteor Society. So get out
Check it
check
out.
out
That's
the
awesome.
Orionids.
Is the Orionid, is that Halley's Comet tail that brings a lot of that debris? But there's also been reportedly like 2 or 3 asteroids that are passing between the Earth and the Moon tonight, and so we might get the best light show of our lifetime, or like 100 years tonight. So I would say if you've got clear skies, we got a small moon,
20 an
get
hour.
out there and check out perhaps the greatest meteor shower of our generation.
So this is a video about the Orionid meteor shower. It's only 2.5 minutes long, but since science and technology is our thing, I think we're contractually bound to actually play this.
Yeah. And it'll give Austin time to look for the next thing.
I found it. I sent it to
This
you.
week brings prime meteor
How would I have seen that?
as the shooting
It's on our
star
group chat.
extravaganza peaks. Gaze upward, skywatchers. The Orionid meteor
I need
shower,
more volume.
already active and visible, is about to have its best day yet. The American Meteor Society forecasts that as many as 20 per hour may be visible during the peak on October 20th and October 21. The Orionids are considered a major meteor shower, based on the amount of visible meteors that can be seen racing toward inevitable doom during its active period, which runs roughly from the first week of October to the first week of November. The Orionids are really just bits of dust and debris left behind from famed comet Halley on its previous trips through the inner solar system. As our planet drifts through the cloud of comet detritus each year around this time, all that cosmic gravel and grime slams into our upper atmosphere and burns up in a display we see on the ground as shooting stars, and even the occasional fireball. The Orionids can epitomize the old phrase blink, and you might miss it, as they enter our atmosphere at an extremely fast velocity of roughly 147,000 miles per hour, 66 kilometers per second. That said, a fair amount of these meteors leave persistent trails that last for a few seconds. Some even fragment and break up in a more spectacular fashion. To catch the show, the advice is the same as for all celestial spectator events. Find a spot away from light pollution with a wide open view of the night sky. Bundle up if needed, lay back, relax and let your eyes adjust. You don't need to focus on any part of the sky, but the Orionids are so named because their trails appear to originate from the same general area of the sky as the constellation Orion and the bright star Betelgeuse. The absolute best time to look for the Orionids in 2020 is probably in the early morning hours before dawn on October 21st, but this shower is known for an extended peak, so you should have a good chance of seeing some meteors if you get up early a few days before or after that peak date as well. The moon will set before peak morning viewing hours, so that's another perk this year. Enjoy the show, and as always, please share any great meteor shots you might catch.
Alright, so that's cool. That's cool and a fun thing that's going on tonight,
I'm
right?
sharing a meteor shot.
And you know what? I think we need to stress that the best way to watch meteor showers is safe viewing. Be safe.
Go on.
Well, obviously it was lay back and relax.
Maybe if you got a baseball mitt, maybe take that with you because you don't want to catch these things with your bare hand.
Just bring the
No,
bat,
definitely not.
foul it off.
It'll
Foul it
blast
off.
the hole right through your fucking hand.
So he said something about not blinking and because you might miss it, and
He
it,
said don't worry about blinking because they can last up to 3 seconds,
It,
which I don't think they do.
that's not what he said, but that's fine. We went out to try to see meteors. And this is years and years ago. Remember with
Uncle
Lisa?
Jimmy and Aunt Carolyn?
No, it was
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah, and her roommate.
Hey, Lee.
Yeah. So we were out there for like 40 minutes, like looking at the, we did not see any, and we're like, at one point we're like, fuck it, let's go home. And Lisa like went to duck to get in the car, and one just shot across the sky.
Oh!
I was like, holy shit! She was like, fuck you, you're
Yeah.
full of shit, and
Yeah.
well deserved. Like,
Yeah.
of course she would have thought that, but she missed a huge
Because you're
meteor
staring,
across
like,
the sky,
you're
right?
staring for like an hour, you don't see shit.
We had
and-
been out there for like 40 minutes, maybe an
Yeah.
hour, and then she went to duck into the car, and we're like, oh shit, look at that, and
Yeah.
she's like, fuck off.
Pack it up.
Right, okay. I'll
But
give
that
you
honestly happened, just
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember it the same way?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, yeah.
All right.
Me not being there, I don't remember at all.
You know what? The Orionid meteor shower only comes once a year, and I've got a little bit more about it. I'm gonna beat it.
Comet Halley that was destroyed on 1986, now showing us a series of beautiful show from the skies that would even bring 25 shooting stars per hour during the Orionid meteor shower. Catch the luminous night show on Wednesday night, October 21st, to see the remains of the dead comet and its left behind legacy. The Orionid meteor shower reaches its peak tonight and tomorrow morning, October 20th and 21st, as Earth passes through an area of space littered with the debris of the famed Halley's Comet. The shower is active throughout October but is expected to peak in the early hours of Wednesday morning, producing 20 or so meteors every hour. The meteors come out from a point in the constellation of Orion above the northern horizon.
Alright, so get out there tonight and watch the Orionid.
Above the northern horizon.
Yes. And if you're here in our area, it's like basically it's southeast.
Yeah.
Or you're looking for the Big Dipper or Orion's Belt or Betelgeuse, if you know where any one of those
Betelgeuse.
But basically just look up in that direction, which is southeast.
Shout out to Tina Marie Jepson Kramer.
What's up, Tina Marie Jepson Kramer?
Karen Alexander, Desiree Singh.
What up, all you lunatics?
And the other
Is that right, Nelson?
Yes.
6,668 people that are watching on YouTube Live.
And also across the world.
Worldwide on the internet.
Worldwide.
You know,
www.
you mentioned Betelgeuse, and that is Betelgeuse, I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is that a constellation or just a star?
It's a star.
It's a star. So Betelgeuse is a star, and I remember the first time that I saw
It's the middle star.
Betelgeuse
it's below
in writing, and I was like, oh, that's how that's spelled? That doesn't seem right.
Betelgeuse.
Why are we pretending that those letters in that sequence should be pronounced Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
That's not right.
And did they name it after the movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They did. I think Michael Keaton had
Beetlejuice!
If you notice, I said it 3 times because isn't there supposed to be a new Beetlejuice?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes, that's kind of a takeoff of that. Yeah, I think there is a new Beetlejuice, and that was Michael Keaton, right?
Michael Keaton.
Whatever happened to Michael
awesome in
Keaton,
that.
huh?
He's still around. He's
Oh
just
yeah,
older.
he does great acting.
Yeah. I've never seen. Well, I'll rephrase. I was gonna say I've never seen a bad Michael Keaton movie.
Batman.
I'll rephrase it. I've never seen Michael Keaton bad in a movie.
Right.
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah, he's
I'll
a
say
great
it that
actor.
way.
He's a great.
Yeah,
actor.
he is a great actor.
Multiplicity. Come on. Does it get
Yeah,
any better?
that's great. She touched my Peppy. Isn't that the greatest line in the movie?
And
remember when Andy McDowell comes up behind him and he's like in the shop, like it's the retarded one or the slow one, and she goes,
The copy of a copy.
yeah, he goes, she
Copy
goes,
of a
what do
copy
you?
of a copy.
She goes, what do you want from me? She's talking to her husband. He goes, pizza. I want pizza.
So yeah, that's a great movie.
Your phone's gonna ring.
Huh?
One of your phone's gonna ring.
It's Terry Van Hoosen. And he's done this before, and my phone's up there recording, so he's fucking us up right now.
Terry
You
Van
gotta,
Hoosen.
you gotta tell him to quit doing that.
Hey, way to be a part of the podcast, brother.
is
that
this
fucking
the
phone up?
time I call in?
Oh, you know, I bet he's not gonna stop either. I'll go get that phone so I can answer it. It's not embarrassing.
Do it, Austin.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, Beetlejuice, when you see it in writing, I'm calling bullshit on the way it's spelled.
It should
Because
be
it's,
like
pronounced,
Beetlejuice.
it's actually
Yeah.
spelled like Beetlegeuse.
Yeah. Same thing with quinoa. Fuck you, just spell it the way it looks.
Right?
Spell it the way it sounds. When I was at the store and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this? Oh, and somebody's like, oh, that's quinoa. I'm like, fuck you, that's not right. You're playing with, you're trying to seem smarter than you are, and you're playing on dummies like me because I don't know how to spell.
Wait,
Are we still Facebook Live?
Unless Terry knocked us off. No, I've got a Facebook Live.
Okay.
Right? All right, so Bloomington has a George Floyd mural. That's exciting, right?
Yeah, it's the most exciting news I've heard all day.
Yes, sir.
And here
And with
is
4 to 6 months, same as cash at Rent-A-Center.
here's a video about all that. Hit the
Oh,
light.
there's a video about it?
like a buffet placed on a silver platter, there for me to use at my disposal. But it doesn't stop me from sitting amongst time, demolishing pain through rent, through peace. We
Somebody
need to
needs to
breathe,
tell her about
we need to
boom lights
speak,
and how to get
we
the.
need to talk to
Right.
each other. Look with your eyes instead of reacting with your hands. I am brave and I breathe, even when they don't want me to. I am brave and I breathe. I am mixed, breathe in and out, live life, hug friends, breathe in and out, calm down, just breathe. I will become a scientist because little girls belong in the lab, a rapper because little boys feel, a gamer because I create my own worlds. I will love myself, I will breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out. You give in, you give out. You breathe. You breathe with me now.
Dude, that was beautiful.
Yeah, so that happened right here in our own little town,
Dude,
and
that was very, I wonder if she wrote that herself. That was really good.
I should know this. I think she was reciting something, and I can't come up with what it is. But either way,
Very well done.
yeah. I mean, we got a.
Where's that at?
I think it's on East or West Washington, and probably it's not Allen. It might be Allen. It's right there by the
Around Oak, Allen.
further west than Oak.
Further west?
I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Allen. I think it's
Okay.
Allen, yeah. West Washington.
Is that the Tool Library that's right there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's where that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is Allen then.
There's a mural down at Allentown.
And they're
George
taking all the
Floyd is on the
down.
wall.
George Floyd. Dude, it's
Derek Coben kneel on his neck.
Dude,
and now that motherfucker's in jail.
his name is almost a verb now, isn't it?
Who?
George Floyd.
What, you got George Floyded? Like, you know a lot of people that like have died by having somebody kneel on their neck, and you're like, hey, you got George Floyded.
Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Just like Rosa Parks wasn't the first one to refuse to sit at the back of the bus, but she was one that was recognized, you know?
Yeah. I would never say it, but listen to Chris Rock's take on Rosa Parks.
Okay.
You know what it is? Rosa Parks didn't do shit. She just didn't get up.
Right.
And again, I'm not saying this. This isn't me. Just listen to Chris Rock. Chris Rock is I think Chris Rock's a modern day genius, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. So, you know, there's a few of them out there.
And there are
Dave
certain
Chappelle.
people that can get away with saying stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
But like I
Yeah.
said, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Look.
And you gotta understand that at the bottom line, when it's comedy, that's all it is. It could be bad, tasteful comedy, and you may not like it, but that's the reason why we're in America. You have a right not to like it and a right to like it.
So we were talking about this before the
But
podcast.
don't unfriend me because you don't like my jokes.
And you guys haven't been watching Saturday Night Live.
Wrong.
Bill Burr, 2 weeks.
We did see that one though.
He tried to
did
get
you?
he tried to get canceled.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
I
haven't
think
seen
he
it.
walked a fine line, and I think, you know, the fact that he even said
Cancel.
they're probably going to cancel me for this,
Yeah.
and people did try to cancel him, but at some point, you're just undeniably funny, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think he married his wife for the jokes.
Maybe. What if that's what he said on his deathbed?
Right? I married you for my jokes, you bitch.
I just married you so I can go deeper.
You know what that reminds me of is the Seinfeld where he accused some guy of becoming Jewish for the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it an anti-dentite?
No, it wasn't that one. I know that one though.
The dentist? Well, it was
Yeah.
the dentist that was using his jokes, right?
You know what? Maybe that was a cross reference. Maybe that is the same one, the anti-dentite.
I'm pretty sure it is.
You know, if you got an
pretty
antenna on
up
your
on
TV, you
Seinfeld.
can watch. I think Seinfeld every night at 8 on.
You know, I think they have like, you know that Trivia Pursuit game.
Yeah.
back
I've
in
heard
the
of
day?
this.
That they got a Seinfeld trivia.
No shit.
Yeah. I think we should do something like that someday. You know, pull a few cards from that.
We've got 217 episodes now. Maybe we can do a Moon Club pursuit or.
Listen, I'll be fully 100% honest with you guys. I don't really know Seinfeld in that kind of way. Like, I've seen
Don't
random
lie.
episodes, but I was never like, I mean, when Seinfeld was
And you've been very candid about that.
and it was Thursday night, must-see TV.
We were
like,
at Papa John's.
Yeah, I was at Papa John's every night, so I never
Right.
really caught it. But I've seen it. I know it's good. But I mean, if you want to go toe to toe with Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'll do that.
Or you can do what's your Saved by the Bell, or you could do Sandlot. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
maybe
Saved
Brady
by the
Bunch.
Bell.
We could do with Steve, and we could do Partridge Family for you.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Saved by
And
the
we
Bell.
could do 18 for me.
But I know Screech and Zac Efron or whoever the fuck that guy is. It's not that guy.
Oh, don't pretend.
Zach.
Don't pretend.
Yeah.
Okay, we all know.
No, I know,
He's
I know.
pretending.
Yeah, okay.
He's shy.
Okay. Yep. Oh, is that my bike out back? Who started that up?
I don't know. I thought you phone. I think that's a caller.
Was that me? Remember in Spies, I guess. Was that me?
He's like,
Okay, so did you find the story about the NASA's landing a some kind of aircraft?
No,
A
because
crow.
apparently you said that to my.
It shouldn't be hard to find though. Me and Steve will talk amongst ourselves.
Well, let's go ahead and play what I have next, which is
Okay.
Kanye West's campaign ad.
Yeah.
Wrong. If you
Wrong.
didn't know, Kanye West is running for political office. I think he's only on the ballot in like 13 states or something like that.
Wrong.
So I have to move if
He
it's not.
technically he couldn't win, but
Dude,
Now,
this
he's
is fun.
from Chicago. Is he on the Illinois ballot?
I don't know.
Wrong.
He's got my vote, that's for sure.
Is he on the Illinois ballot?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Would you rather vote for Kanye or fucking some rich white billionaire?
What is best for our nation, our people? What is just, true justice? We have to think about all these things together as a people. To contemplate our future, to live up to our dream, we must have vision. We as a people will revive our nation's commitment to faith, to what our Constitution calls the free exercise of religion, including, of course, prayer. Through prayer, faith can be restored. We as a people are called to a greater purpose than ourselves. We are not only a beacon to the world, but we should be servants to each other, to encourage each other, to help each other, to lift up each other, our fellow Americans, that we may all prosper together. We have to act on faith with the sure knowledge that we are pursuing the right goals and doing the right things. We will build a stronger country by building stronger families. Families are the building blocks of society, of a nation. By turning to faith, we will be the kind of nation, the kind of people God intends us to be.
That was an awesome message, wasn't it?
I approve this message.
I am Kanye West. I don't know. Those are just a bunch of platitudes. They don't really mean anything, right?
All it was
I mean,
about was
I'd vote for
religion.
Kanye. I'd vote for Kanye.
You could put together just like a bunch of platitudes where you kind of like sound good, but you don't really say anything. and then you're
Metamucil.
like-
But why didn't he have the music for Freedom Walks in the background? Freedom Walks, God show me
He
the
should have
way,
had his
'cause
own.
the devil trying to me
Is that a
down.
Kanye West song?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know it. I do like though the flag that he was using was like it was the American flag, but there was no red or blue. It was all black.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all know what the Midwest is, young and restless. You know what? They'll snatch your necklace.
Is that what album was that? High
That
school
was
or college dropout?
College Dropout.
What,
Yeah,
what-
that was his
it's
own.
probably
good
one of the
album for
top
a
10 greatest albums of all time.
Ah.
Dude, you know what? I grabbed a CD today out of Terry's thing, and I
Would you
popped
put it
in.
above the Beatles' White Album?
No,
Whoa!
no. A top 100. How's that?
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a
It may
Kanye
be
West
like,
connoisseur.
I pulled a CD out today and I
Top five
popped it in,
hip-hop.
and guess what it was? It was U2 Joshua Tree. And I was telling Terry, I was like, this is probably one of the greatest albums of all time. Joshua Tree? Would you put that in your top 10?
No.
No? I would.
I would. No, I'm not a YouTube guy.
What's your top three?
Top
Michael
three?
Jackson Thriller, Joshua Tree, and Drake Hunt.
Oh my God.
I'll take Everlast, Songs of the Ungrateful Living above any of that shit.
All right.
I'll take
Never even heard
Ozzy
that.
Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah. You guys both got 2 more apiece.
Well, I'm not prepared to like go top 3 albums tonight because I didn't know we were gonna talk about that.
Hey, I just dropped it out there, dude. You gotta go with the flow with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so far out there, I'll put a shoe so far up your ass. I'm sick.
You have to go
I'm
Guns
sick.
N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Okay, that's too easy. You non-original piece of repeating shit.
Well, what are you
So
talking
wait, are
about?
you saying
asked
that it's
me.
not?
I'm
you
just
saying
saying.
it's not?
I went with Michael Jackson Thriller.
That,
Did I? That's
easy.
easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. And Drake Chronic? I mean, come on. How unoriginal is that?
Top 3, Drake Chronic?
Yeah. I kind of spit them out there.
Really? Top 3?
You don't put Drake Chronic in your top 5?
Okay, if we're gonna say it correctly, it's The Chronic
The Chronic.
by Dr. Dre.
And when you, I would have to do by genre, actually.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I couldn't do
It's hard.
top 3.
Like and if you want to talk about that, that's what I'm saying. You need more time to think about shit like this.
Yeah.
You can't just drop it because
can't just drop bombs on motherfuckers like that.
there are
Wrong.
so many good, great,
R.I.P.
epic
Charlie
albums,
Murphy.
Right. But you know, it's
Yeah,
like
Charlie Murphy.
a lot of times there's good songs on certain albums, and then you've got the Jewel, which is a perfect album, which doesn't really happen anymore because we don't listen to vinyl where you like would put a record on or put a cassette in.
We don't. That's
like-
done. That's over. But here's
Yeah.
the thing: is that I think a lot of those great albums are great because they had like 2 or 3 great songs that got a lot of spins on the radio, right?
Right.
Or record or plays on air. But they also had like deep cuts that you didn't listen to when they came out, but you
Right.
listen to them later and you're like, oh, that's better than the other shit that they played on the radio, right?
Right.
I think that's what makes a great album, when you discover those other tracks later on, or maybe you have the album, you know about it when they release, but
or if
like
you,
Pearl Jam, like
B-side.
Yield, or Corduroy. Dude, so many good songs on the whole album. Right?
Remember the good songs that would come out on the B side? It's like the other side of the vinyl, that's just to fill up the space. I think that's where Yellow Ledbetter came from. Was the B side on another?
It was.
One.
It was, and that was kind of like after like B sides were already like out, because in the 50s and 60s when they would put out singles, they would put their hit on one side and they would just put something else on the other.
But not just something else, but something that they want to. It's like they have a thought. Maybe this could be good. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, I mean, and there was a lot of different strategies then, because how do you introduce your fans to your other kinds of music, right? Well, I'll put my hit on here, but I really like this shit on the other side, so I'll put it there.
Right.
So, but sorry, Steve.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna say, I seen an interview with Steven Tyler where he said, like, the making of albums and stuff is so different now. With all the stuff that computers do, and sometimes you may not even be in the same room with the musician. He's like,
not even be in the same country.
When they first jammed, and when they first would go and do an album, they said 3 days. A week it'd be done. And now you're looking at a year, 2 years.
I don't know about that, but
this is what Steven Tyler.
It's definitely not tangible.
You don't have to
anymore.
know about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not tangible anymore. You can't touch it.
Well, here's the thing: is like the way music is made has changed, and musicians used to make all their money off of radio play and
album sales, and then concert tickets.
Right. But and then
It's
like we
backwards
thought
now.
that now like we're talking about like 10 years ago. Now you have to tour to make money.
Well, I kind of was, because you really talk about money, and I think that's what they really base people on, being successful. And Eddie Van Halen, since he just passed away, R.I.P. Eddie. Sammy Hagar has come out and said that David Lee Roth is jealous because that Van Hagar was more popular than David Lee Roth.
I've said 5150 is my favorite Van Halen album.
Well, the thing about it is it may appeal to different, it's more pop, you know what I mean? It's more like MJ said, it was out there, it was on the radio, they were pushing it. It might have had more sales, it might have done better as Grammy-wise and stuff. But you ain't gonna sit there, if me, Sammy Hagar, and David Lee Roth was in the room together, I would tell Sammy Hagar he is full of shit.
After you get done with the suck off.
Well, okay, I wouldn't lead it like that though. I'd start by telling Sammy Hagar how fucking badass he was and by how much of a fan I was. But then I would have to finish it with I think that wasn't a better album. But I digress, because these are all just like opinions, right?
Right.
These are all opinions. What we're talking about is how music has been made and how it's been changing. And I think this ties in perfect, because we were talking about this girl earlier that had made this YouTube video, and it's got hundreds of millions of views because it's good. It's undeniably good.
Yeah.
And right now, somebody can put out content on whatever, YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever, and get the kind of plays, or not even plays, the kind of views that you never could in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s,
Right.
90s.
The media is right there.
Okay, check this out. I think it's kind of like Stephen Hawking's talking shit about Einstein. When you stand on the shoulders...
let's pick that up in a minute.
No, but I'm saying when you stand on the shoulders of a genius, just like this girl is standing on the shoulders of Stevie Nicks, it's like...
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, you're right. But when you hear something like this, you're like, oh yeah, undeniable.
I think it's a little better than Stevie Nicks, and I know I'm going to get backlash from that, but...
Don't.
Relax the throat.
Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom, but who am I to keep it down? It's all right, they used to
because
Yeah.
it is that good. But
Well, and let's again give props to Stevie Nicks because that is a great, great song.
yeah,
I
the
mean,
whole
it
band.
is a great
let's
song.
Give props to the whole band.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know. Fleetwood Mac.
No, that was Stevie Nicks. That was her solo career, wasn't it?
Well,
Or
our,
was that?
our fact checker and our Stevie Nicks resident expert is.
I do think
Right.
you're right. I
It's
do
not.
think that
It
is
was her
like
off her first
solo-
solo. It wasn't off
solo
of
album.
Rumors, which was probably her biggest album. Stevie Nicks, Rumors. And
Again,
that's another one that's in my top 10.
But again, and granted, and again, that's good music.
I've
That's
got
good
106 albums in my top 10.
I got 106
No shit, huh?
albums
Yeah.
in my top 10.
What are you ignorant?
But it goes back to the idea of just be undeniable, right? You can't listen to that and be like, I mean, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's I.
it's
It's
aight.
I. No, that's amazing.
Okay, moving on, and not to be political, but and it's going to be hard not to be political with this topic now, but, this
Sorry
is
if I
Amy Coney Barrett, who is currently nominated to sit on the Supreme Court.
Hey now.
And I'm not going to make a statement about whether she should or not be seated, but this girl's memory and recollection of facts is undeniably good. Again,
Right.
undeniable.
Yeah.
She sat through this whole hearing, was talking about details of cases that happened years ago, without flaw, and at some point, Senator Cornyn, Republican Texas, asked her what she was reading off of, and this was her response.
Yeah.
He said, I'll say there, girl.
Notes and books and things like that in front of us. Can you hold up what you've been referring to in answering our questions? Is there anything on it?
The letterhead that says United States Senate.
That's impressive.
Wow.
You know, most of us have
know what that
multiple
reminds me of?
notebooks and notes
It
and
reminds
books
of
and-
you in junior high cheating off of the Japanese girl.
I didn't. You know what? It's like honestly, I didn't care enough to cheat. It reminds me of Drexel opening the envelope and like looking and it's like, it's empty. We gotta sell to fucking Charlie Bronson.
Yeah, that's it, Charlie Bronson.
You know, if you would sit down here and have an egg roll, like if you didn't care,
We got everything here from a
do what I know to
a
damned if I know.
Damn.
But you ain't been doing nothing. You just been clocking me. Now I know I'm pretty, but I ain't as pretty as a parrot.
By the way, I did preheat the oven, so nobody needs to get up and do that.
Okay, cool.
All right, and we don't need
And
nobody.
you're back?
Knows, no, yeah,
And
I'm
you're
back.
back.
I'm back. I preheated it. Now I'm back.
I got so much shit for last week, and you just did the same thing.
Well, no.
But he's
I
back.
preheated it and came back.
What were you doing?
Dude, I guess that's the difference between a host and a co-host.
No. We all. There's no host. There's no co-host. There's just three of us
Okay.
hosts. All right.
Three
we're all-
amigos.
Yeah.
Lip balm. You know what that's referencing?
Yeah, the three of me.
Spies like us. Or no.
Woo!
Yeah.
Was that me?
You're right.
Was that me?
Oh, hold on. Somebody's using real bullets.
Somebody is using
So there was this story that I was following last week, and I didn't put it on the Moon Club podcast, but there is this Anchorage reporter, and her
Great
name
eyes.
is Maria Athens, and apparently she had dirt on the Anchorage mayor, and I said Alaska mayor earlier, and you quickly pointed out that, you know, Alaska was a state, not a city, and that Alaska has a governor, but not a mayor.
So hold on a second. Before you play this, is this her talking? Because man, she's talking.
So this was apparently okay. The story goes back further in that apparently she was kind of like romantically involved with this guy at one point.
No shit. Okay.
And found out all this stuff. Left this. This is the voice message she left to him when she found out that maybe. And again, I don't know. Allegedly, he was involved in a pedophilia ring and maybe something else. I don't know.
Because
I do know that the mayor of Anchorage, resigned like in the last couple days.
Right.
But this message
Because
was left
I thought she
probably
was
about
over
2
the
weeks
line
ago.
when she's like, "I will fucking kill you."
She definitely goes over the line.
Yeah.
She definitely seems like she's.
But I didn't know
unhinged.
this was a private message just to him.
But this is also like This is also like I don't know what I was gonna say. I was playing.
Ethan, it's Maria Athens from Fox WCCW News at National Alaska. I just learned through my Emmy Award-winning journalism, you're also a pedophile and like little girls and children. And there's a website. I'm so fucking exposing you. I'm gonna get an Emmy. You either turn yourself in kill yourself or do what you need to do. I will personally kill you and Mark Kimmel, my goddamn self, you Jewish piece of living fucking shit. You have met your match, motherfucker. You have met your motherfucking match. I can't believe I am such a good person and thought I loved you. I fucking hate, I don't even hate you. I will pray for your Zionist fucking ass, you piece of shit loser. And I'm putting this on the news tonight. Bye! Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
Dude, can you hear the fucking angst in her voice?
I mean,
dude,
have you ever?
How many shots of tequila?
She has reason. It sounds like.
Yeah, dude, if someone's violating children, that's the way I would talk to them.
100%. But you know,
the Jewish thing.
Whoever came up with that saying that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah, that's the
listen to
perfect
that.
example.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, it's like, you know what it's like? You know where the most dangerous place in the world is to be? Between a fucking bear and her children. And it's like,
Oh, we had that last week with that cheetah,
Not
that
one,
tiger
yeah.
cub, or whatever it was, right?
Tiger
fucking cougar.
I know. I
Mountain
think about
lion.
that, and I'm thinking like that, whatever it was, mountain lion, cougar, cheetah, whatever. It probably had no intention of
Eating
killing
him?
that guy.
No, he's just
But it was like, yeah, get the fuck away from my den, and I'm gonna
He was
walk you
scared
down.
AF, wasn't he?
Of course he was. What would
Yeah.
what would anybody be scared as
Dude,
fuck?
I've seen a house cat fuck up a full-grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine what one that weighs as much as you? What it could do?
Yeah, a 13-pound house cat.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
you up.
A 5-pound house cat.
Okay.
You've seen the one where the cat, this fucking idiot's got the cat on a leash, and they're like fucking talking about adopting this cat, and the fucking cat runs around its leg and fucking like grabs onto his jeans.
I'm on record for a long time now is saying that the only reason that a house cat doesn't kill you is because it's not big enough.
Because it can't.
If it was big enough, it would kill you.
Dude, cats are nature's little serial killers.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they find pleasure in killing things.
It's in their nature. It's
You
what,
know
they're,
what,
it's what
I-
they're born to do.
if-
It's how they eat though.
Right.
That's why that
They're
gene is like
carnivores.
that.
There's no grain mixed in with their food. It's all fucking meat.
It's all meat, blood, and bone.
Yeah.
Teeth, hair, and eyeballs.
But you know what? Cats
You're
are
gonna be
cool.
hungry.
I like cats. I want to go out there and say I like cats. They can be cool.
I love pussies.
Yeah, one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I pet pussy. I can pet a pussy all day long.
Yeah.
I prefer to.
Yeah, I mean it's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
You know, one thing have you ever heard of Peyronie's disease?
No.
Is that what you get for
It's
licking
a-
too much pussy?
No, it's a curvature of the penis that you could actually injure yourself with having intercourse. And I would like to thank all the women in the world that is preventing me from getting Peyronie's disease.
Yeah, it's all of them.
Yeah. Shout out
All of
to
them.
all the girls
All the
I
girls.
loved before.
No, that's a joke though. I mean, but, no, Peyronie's disease is a real thing, curvature of the penis. You know, I don't suffer from that. You know.
What's up, Kevin Smith? And you know
But
what, ladies?
people that do, we apologize. Is
I
that the Kevin Smith, you know, from James on the Bob?
No.
I don't suffer
What's up, Kevin?
Kevin
from
Smith is watching though.
a curved penis, but my penis does kind of lean to the left.
A little bit
It
to the
just
left.
points to the left. Yeah.
You know what?
Hey,
Yeah.
Ladies,
like,
here's a PSA. Do your kegels. Straighten that shit out.
straighten it up?
Straighten it out.
Straighten it up.
So check this out.
Apologize that we got off the rails there. That was my fault.
Back in the probably 1940s, somewhere during World War II, there was this munition dropped in Poland that landed in this river, and for
How
the
many
last-
Polacks does it take to detonate a bomb?
For the last 70, 80 years, it's been
Not
sitting in
my
the bottom
town,
of this
Stephen.
in the bottom of this
Right.
river. They just found out it was there, and they're like, oh yeah, we've been driving over this shit for like, you know, almost 3/4 of a century. So they diver down and they detonated it, and this is what it looked like.
Diver
How many
down.
Polacks did it take to find it?
12.
Dude, that seems like a biscuit compared to what happened in Lebanon, and that was right in front of everybody's nose.
Yeah, but it's underwater too.
And that was
dude.
pretty.
It's
Well-
underwater. It's probably like 40 feet underwater at that point.
Well, and it's also
It's not 40 feet. It maybe
70-year-old
20.
munitions versus current day technology.
right. That wasn't like an
Anyway,
A-bomb, like in Lebanon.
if you were in a rowboat driving over that when that went off,
No,
your day's gonna
what's
end
that?
badly.
Yeah, dude, you might have to go see your chiropractor like
Yeah,
on
you
a
fought
weekly
it?
basis for the next year.
You fought it?
You fought it, so I fought it. So what's up, dude? But you know what? That's I would say that's tantamount to the idiots that put a fucking airbag underneath the couch and they have a friend sit on it and they fucking launch him into the ceiling. You ever seen those?
It looks worse if you drop a Mentos in a Pepsi.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd compare it with that, Stephen. That's a little bit different. That's not going to hurt somebody's spine for the
I
rest
was
of their
supposed to
life.
find something that you sent via Facebook message.
Yeah,
It was
on, in our
NASA
group.
thing.
But you know what? If
Is
you
it
just
the
look up,
SpaceX one?
yeah,
No, it
well,
was NASA. It should
it's
be
NASA. It's like we're landing on an asteroid tonight. Like it's probably happening as we
Taking some
speak.
samples and plowing off.
Right.
Oh wait, you know what? I have the live feed for that right here.
No shit.
We're going live.
I wonder if we're gonna get a live feed. That's not gonna go. It's like
It's not live yet.
oh,
Hold on.
hold on,
Count
wait
down.
for it.
NASA's first
Wait for it.
asteroid sample collection.
Take one.
5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 3 p.m. I don't know why it should be live. I don't know what's going on.
But maybe you can just find like a 2-minute clip on it because it's kind of exciting.
Oh,
We
here it is.
have
Here it
landed
is.
on
Here
an
it is. Right
asteroid
here.
before.
I got it right here.
Millions upon
Dude, why
millions
does he
of
have a
miles
mask
away from
on?
us.
Come on.
He's in space for crying out loud.
Thanks, James. We'll be back to you more for later.
No, what they're doing is representing. Like this is what we're supposed to do.
Okay, it's
When
cosplay.
Darth Vader said rather famously that the asteroids do not concern
I
us.
love their
That's
masks.
certainly not
Yeah,
true
her
for
cheese
us.
or
As you know,
eyebrows
we are
plucked.
all about asteroids here at the Mission
She's in
Support Area of
space, man.
Bloomington, Colorado.
There's no gravity.
And we are bringing you live coverage of our attempt to collect
Well,
a sample from the asteroid.
Here's the thing. That's not loud enough, and I don't know what's going on. So I will just watch. We can play the thing that you sent me. Oh, the thing that you sent me is not even.
It's a new article, but you can read it.
All right, I'll read it. Watch live. A NASA spacecraft is about to land on an asteroid and grab a sample. Imagine parallel parking a 15-passenger van into just 2 or 3 parking spaces surrounded by 2 or 3-story boulders. On October 20th, a University of Arizona-led NASA mission 16 years in the making will attempt the astronomical equivalent more than 200 million miles or 320 million kilometers away. A NASA mission called Osiris-REX. I don't know how else to pronounce that.
Osiris-Rex.
Osiris-Rex.
Oh, Osiris-Rex. Okay, will soon attempt to touch the surface of an asteroid and collect loose rubble.
Touch or land?
Touch the
Oh,
surface.
that's weird because
I
touch
mean-
and landing is 2 different things.
Yeah, I don't think the asteroid's big enough to land on. Osiris-X is the United States' first asteroid sample return mission aiming to collect and carry a pristine, unaltered sample from an asteroid back to Earth for scientific study. The spacecraft will attempt to touch the surface of the asteroid Bennu, which is hurtling through space at 63,000 miles per hour.
Wow.
If all goes according to plan, the spacecraft will deploy an 11-foot long, 3-meter long robotic arm called TAGSAM, which stands for Touch and Go Sample Acquisition Mechanism.
They used to call me that.
And
They
spend
did.
about 10 seconds collecting at least 2 ounces, 50 grams of loose rubble from the asteroid. The spacecraft, monitored remotely by a team of scientists and engineers, will then stow away the sample and begin its return to Earth scheduled for 2023. So,
Dude, isn't that amazing? We're landing something from the Earth that's traveling what
let's be
12
careful.
times
Let's be
3,000
careful
miles.
with how we're saying it. No, it's not landing. It's touching.
it's touching.
Yeah.
Well, it's got like a extender arm, so like this thing is whipping by at 63,000 miles an hour. and we're
Right.
Like
And it's got an ice cream scoop. It's like, I'm gonna grab some of that.
2 ounces,
Yeah.
which by the way is more than 50 grams.
I didn't penetrate her. I just touched her.
56 grams.
And by the way, you can't make me read shit like that anymore because I can't see it.
Yeah.
He's got CSS.
Well,
Can't see shit.
maybe you
Well,
give
not
up
as
that.
bad as you though.
Hey. I believe.
I thought you did fine, MJ.
You want me to take the wheel? Is that what you want?
I
me to do?
Take the
believe
wheel,
I can
Stevie.
fly.
Woo!
I believe I can touch the sky.
Is it this guy or the sky?
It's definitely this guy.
This guy, yeah.
Like
The Late Show with
from
Stephen
my
Colbert.
haze all in my brain.
So, check this out. There was this rapper that put out a rap song bragging about how he was getting paychecks from the government.
Sounds like a crap song.
He got over $1 million?
Apparently
fuck is up with their
1.2 million.
system?
And he
That's
thought
California, baby.
it would be a good idea to make a rap song about it, and the feds arrested his ass.
Dude, they didn't know the feds were big fans of his.
Right? I mean, I would have not suspected them to be listening.
It's like, how are you affording those platinum
Well, here's
teeth?
the thing, man. If you're watching this video and you knew he actually did that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna report your ass.
Yeah, but I would.
According to a
41-year-old Quantrell Antonio Baines exploited
Look how
the
happy
pandemic
they are.
unemployment assistance provision of the federal coronavirus act. He applied for more than $1.2 million in jobless benefits. Federal officials say right now he lives in Hollywood Hills, and in a video, he bragged he's going to get stacks of V's while holding up envelopes from EDD. A second man in the video raps, quote,
You
"You
down
gotta
with
sell
EBB?
cocaine, I just file a claim." If convicted, Baines faces up to 22 years in federal prison. Katie Johnston for CBS LA.
You know what? I hope they give him one. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Give him like 2. So you got $1 million out of the deal.
I mean,
you got a meal out the deal. And
I've got
still
no
on the
sympathy
grind.
for somebody like that. Like, you're taking advantage of everything in the pandemic. And
Yeah,
you're-
that's
you're
just.
just cashing it in, living in the Hollywood.
And then
Hills.
bragging
But
about
you
it.
want to know something though? The Los Angeles Lakers organization did the same thing, but they gave the money back. You know what
I don't know about that, Steve.
No, I know about that. That's what I'm telling you. That's
So-
it's in California. They got like some kind of $1.2 million, you know.
Right, so this
Oh,
is a
dude,
payroll
what-
assistance program, right?
Yeah, but
Which
that
is
ain't
legit
shit.
because-
That ain't shit for that program.
Well, here's the thing: the Los Angeles Lakers have a lot of people that work for them. So
Yeah.
we're talking about people that walk through the stands and hand out beers or whatever, whatever. There's thousands of people that work in that stadium, right? So for them to say, hey, we don't want to lay off these people, we want to keep them on the payroll, but we need a little help from the government because we don't have any money coming in right now because there's nobody sitting in the stands. I mean, granted, they're still making television revenue or whatever,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, hey,
1.2 million isn't crap for them though.
for who?
For the Los Angeles Lakers organization.
Right, but
You know what I
at the
mean? When
same
you're
time-
giving a player $140 million and upwards, you can take care of
At
the
the same
people
time,
that are the vendors.
they are a business, right? And they're like, hey, we don't have any money coming in. We should be able to ask the government for assistance and then pay these people that we can't pay anymore.
Right,
But the reason why that they gave the money back is because that there was a lot of small, because it all went on like first come, first served type thing. When the money ran out, the money ran out.
Well, it looks bad.
Well, then there was all these
Bad
small
optics.
business.
Bad optics.
Well, there was a bunch of small businesses that
Right.
couldn't get it because they jumped in and got it.
It's like, what if MJ needed it, which he doesn't, but it's like, and then you got other businesses like fucking, multi-million-dollar companies that are just fucking just taking it just because they can.
I should be able to say, hey, right now I've got to support my brother, who
Right. Who's a piece of shit pile of monkey nuts.
oh wait, who can't get a job or won't get a job? I don't know.
I'm working on it. I'm working on
Okay.
it.
All right, I won't kill it dead. I
All right,
won't
well,
kill it
hey,
dead.
it's archived into the fucking abyss now.
It is.
But
All
no
right,
sacred
I've
goats.
got 6:59. What are we going out on?
No
fellas?
sacred goats, right, brother?
Well, you know,
Or sacred cows.
yeah,
You know.
no secret.
You know.
I've got packages that explode with glitter, or the weird guy that.
Oh,
makes
come
like
on,
this
bro.
guy.
Let's do the
Bam.
package.
We did him
This guy?
last week, so let's
Yeah.
do it again.
Him or the package? This guy?
Awesome.
All right,
package.
so
Oh, wait.
this is, and I'm now trying to figure out what this guy is like. Maybe he just interjects himself into what is actually real news stories.
I think he's got a good gig.
It's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wonder if this
But
is
yeah,
the same
this is
town.
my question. Is the news lady, is she part of him, or is she a separate thing?
I think he's interjecting himself into real
Okay.
news story. I think. I don't know. We'll have to explore it.
Let's
But
ask Nick Ball. He would probably know.
you're talking about Nick Nightcrawl Ball?
Yeah.
He's 25 feet wide and several feet deep. The images are startling and the fear for passing
thought I knew
drivers
her.
very real.
We were just driving down Shane, and the next thing you know, we just missed this giant sinkhole. It's amazing that we didn't fall in.
Pastor Barry Randolph and his niece narrowly missing the huge hole as they drove down Shane near Medbury. At the time, the sinkhole wasn't marked, alerting them and
He's
other
a
drivers
pastor?
to the danger.
I thought perhaps a gateway to the other side had finally crinkled and cracked, opening up a putrid passageway in the middle of Chain Street to Beelzebub's bungalow many, many miles down. As I stared into the darkened void, imagining the hordes of devils soon to spring forth, I couldn't help but ponder. How deep does that hole go?
Neighbors say crews were out there last Friday to patch the roadway.
Definitely.
Then this happened sometime today.
It probably goes
You
both
can also
ways.
see all that water
Yeah.
gushing out of there, and I
Probably
don't
like
know
some
how
of
deep
them
it
boys.
is, but somebody could have been seriously hurt.
Within an hour of alerting Detroit Water and Sewage Department to the caving roadway, crews arrived to begin repair.
Into an underground river?
For on this hallowed day, sweet, sweet Mama Earth opened up her gaping and gaseous orifice to finally allow the darkened one to claw his way out of the shadow zone and into her luminescent heaviside lair, like Kruger into the Thompson's tub, and my consciousness is Nancy's open thighs. I can only hope my vexed savior sins, and that my servitude to the one true maestro of mayhem can finally be proclaimed. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me.
Pastor Barry, a man of God, believes it's a miracle he and others didn't get hurt.
God is good. I can't believe that either. And I mean, we just missed it. That was truly scary.
Through the holographic plane of existence that flickers and fades, like an Alf rerun watched at 3 o'clock in the morning, whilst your sleeping stepdad slumbers and snores, I now see this world as evanescent, as I lock eyes with the legion of the underworld, who will stand shoulder to shoulder with me, and see me as more than Mark who works at Arby's, see me as the true soldier of Samhain that I really am, and together we will chant into the bright and fray, stepdads be damned, and naysayers be gone, for I am the prince of Purgatoria, I am the infernal firstborn son of Lucifer, I am Gordon Shumway the rogue, last son of Melmac, and the luckies of this world didn't even stand a chance.
Stepdads be damned.
All right, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but he's got something. He's got something good going on there.
It's clever. It's clever.
Yeah, it's
I
clever.
think he's like inserting himself into like a news reports.
Moon Club Podcast number 217. We out.
We out.
And you know what? Last week he had his coworkers from Arby's on with him.
Yeah, the Black Nick Ball.
Yeah, the Black Nick Ball Nightcrawler Ball. What do you call him? Nightcrawler Ball?
You got your hitter?
I get it.